What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a little bit different than some of my other videos. It's going to be more of a sit down and chat type of video, which I'm actually very excited to do this video because I've had a lot of questions and I've actually had many people request this one, so I'm happy that I can finally deliver it for you guys. But before we jump into this video, it is going to be about weight loss and such, and just before you just kind of like trust me on the internet, I do want to give my credentials and my experience in the fitness industry. So I am a NASM Certified Personal Trainer, a NASM Certified Fitness Nutrition Specialist, and a NASM Certified Performance Enhancement Specialist. I have been doing true in-person personal training for about 4 years now, maybe a little bit over 4 years. So I do have some credentials, some knowledge, the education to be providing you this video, and I also do have personal experience with real true clients. So I do know how the body works. I'm no expert, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to gloat or do anything like that, but I do want you to know that the information I'm going to be providing you is science and it is going to be helpful for you. It's not just bro science, as we like to call it in this industry. So without further ado, I am going to jump right into it. So I have 10 key points for you. My handwriting is kind of small, I'm not sure if you can fully see that, but I'm going to just be going down step by step, trying to give y'all as much information as I can and some really helpful tips for y'all. So number one is you're going to begin tracking your food. So I'm not asking you to track calories per se. I want you to download MyFitnessPal, completely free app. You can buy the premium version if you'd like. I personally just use the free version of it. But what this is going to do is it's going to help you see, portion sizes, how many calories are in something. It's going to give you a true understanding of the nutrients and such that are in your food before you start actually tracking macros, calories, anything like that. Now, this is also going to create a baseline for your calories. So whenever I have a new client and they're asking for a macro plan, at the bare minimum, I have them track their food every single day for 7 days so they don't miss a beat. That means your soda intake, your water intake, your food intake, every little detail. The more details and information you can provide, the better. So I have them do that for exactly 7 days, and they send me over the information before I even touch a macro plan for them. So like I said, this is going to help you understand just what you're eating. For example, when I was growing up, I loved Pop-Tarts. Absolutely loved them. They're so easy. My dad would buy me those huge 48-pack Pop-Tarts, and I would demolish them. I mean, I'd probably go through 2 or 3 a day, not even realizing there's over 200 calories in one pastry. Now, I know personally, I would not only eat one pastry, I would eat that entire pack, and I would not even be full after it. So I think that's a great example to see how many calories are actually in some of these snacks that you're eating and you don't even realize it. So step number one for me is definitely begin tracking your food, even as just you scan it in the app and see what you're putting into your body. Number two is you're going to be creating more movement. Now, this doesn't initially mean, hey, go to the gym. This means more so, after dinner, go have a walk with your family. Go walk your dog. Even put on a podcast. Go walk around the neighborhood by yourself. I'm just saying, versus an after dinner TV show, go for an after dinner walk. It's small things like that. I call this more so, it's non-exercise, but it's still burning calories in your body. So what this means is you're taking the stairs versus the elevator. You're going for that walk. You're parking a little bit farther from the grocery store. It's simple things that you apply into your life that is going to be really beneficial for you. So I always tell my clients to start it off slow. Like I said, after dinner, go for the walk, or maybe even during lunch. If you sit at a chair all day, you're in an office, get up every 30 minutes to an hour and take a lap around the office and just create more movement into your life, and you're going to actually notice some really great results from just that aspect. Number three, I think this one is really hard for some people because, again, it's one of those things, it has calories in it, but until you truly start maybe tracking calories or understanding the breakdown of macronutrients, you don't realize how much sugar and such are in your liquid calories. Now, liquid calories can be your Starbucks coffee, your alcohol, your sodas, anything that is not providing you much nutrients but you are still consuming it and it has a lot of calories in it. That's going to be mainly your sodas, of course. I think that a Pepsi has maybe 250 calories in it, something like that. And I know a lot of them have, 50 plus carbs in them. And when you're tracking your macros and say that you have, 230 carbs for the day and you get 50 of them from a soda, that's not filling you up. It's not providing you anything nutrient-wise. It's a waste of calories is how I like to put it. So even if you're just switching from, a normal soda to a diet soda, which there's so many options nowadays. I think almost every soda on the market has a diet or like light calorie version of it. Now, before you say, well, Morgan, artificial sweeteners, I understand that completely. But you also have to remember moderation. Now, you're not going to be drinking a diet soda with every single meal of the day. It's maybe one with dinner, maybe one with lunch. Or if you just need an afternoon pick-me-up. I actually know a lot of people who drink soda versus coffee, and that's how they get their afternoon pick-me-up per se. And it's easy. You just switch to the diet version of it, and it's going to really help you bring down your liquid calories. Now, again, with maybe the Starbucks drinks, those things have a lot of calories, carbs and fats and such in them because they put so much sugar, and some of those syrups have a lot of, I think the white chocolate one is ridiculous. I mean, I think the medium white chocolate frappuccino has like 600 calories in it. It's insane. So if you like frappuccinos, maybe only treat yourself once a week with it. Or if you want to switch to maybe, you don't have to go black coffee. I personally still do not drink black coffee. I'm not there yet. But look into like the lower sugar creamers. I know that a lot of companies are making them now to where they have practically maybe 2 carbs and like 1 added sugar to it. So there's definitely options out there for you. And that's what you're just going to have to start doing is implementing small changes. So you don't have to cut out sodas, you just have to cut out the type of soda. And I think a lot of people think when they start dieting, oh my gosh, I have to eat all this bland food, I can't drink anything, and it's a big ordeal. But that's when, people really start to limit themselves, and when they get into that restricted mode, they quit. Because you don't want to live like that. You don't want to live in this restricted diet of where you can't even have a soda if you want to. So I'm telling you to cut out your liquid calories, but just in a more efficient way, such as drinking a diet soda versus a normal one. Rule number 4. This one, I'm actually going to merge tip number 4 and 5 together. So number 4 is take pictures, and number 5 is just a very broad statement of the scale. Now, I think the scale is a great tool. Don't get me wrong. There's obviously a reason that we still use them today. But I think a lot of people get onto the scale and they obsess. They check it 4 to 5 times a day. If they even gain point of a pound, they're freaking out about it. So this is why I suggest taking pictures as well. Now, your body's changing, but you also have to understand if you're gonna do the scale, you have to be very, very consistent with it. So if one of my clients is set on, he or she wants to focus on that scale, I tell them, okay, great. I want you to take your weight in the morning, after you use the restroom, before you eat or drink. Those 3 steps. Every single day, you can choose if you want to be naked or if you want to have fully clothed. But if you're going to choose that fully clothed route, you have to wear the exact same thing every time you step on the scale because your weight can fluctuate very, very easily, even if it's just you added a jacket that morning. So I think a lot of people don't take into account those types of things. Like they don't understand, well, I woke up, I haven't used the restroom yet, I drank a bunch of water because I was very thirsty as I woke up, or they'll take their weight at night and you've ate and drank stuff all day, your sodium's fluctuating, your water weight's fluctuating, and then there's so many things that there's these factors that go into the scale, and I'm not telling you not to use it, but if you're going to, please follow those steps. That way you can get an accurate reading. Now to bring it even more accurate, at the end of the week, I want you to weigh yourself every single morning, just like I just told you to. And on that 7th day, so say Sunday to Sunday, I want you to add up all of your weight. So get a grand total and divide it by 7. Now you have more of an average for the week, and you can compare each week versus each day. Talking about pictures though, like I said, I'm going to merge those tips together. Like I said, the scale can fluctuate. I see results so much better when I take pictures, and it's because you're watching your body morph versus the scale morph. So You don't want to watch maybe just that number. You want to watch, you have more definition in your arms, more definition in your legs, things like that. Watch the water weight start to go down, the bloating. You can see it so much better. And again, if you're going to take pictures, be consistent with those as well. Take them from front, side, back, side. Do the whole 360. Get all, like I said, all of the details matter. You have to put all of the factors together because that's how you're going to see true results. And I think a lot of people miss those small details. And, they might seem minor to somebody as just, weigh yourself every morning. But when you become obsessed with maybe that scale or even pictures, it'll get into your head. And again, it's just like when you're tracking your food and you get in that restricted state, you're more likely to quit. So if you're very consistent with everything, you're going to be able to see the results and you're going to want to keep going. And that is very, very important when you're on a diet or just, on a new fitness journey. You want to keep going. So if you're going to take pictures and use the scale, just please be consistent with them. Tip number 6, don't assume cardio. I think as soon as you hear diet, you think, oh my gosh, treadmill, 60 minutes, let's go to the gym. And I think that's just such a big jump for people. And I personally, so when I'm dieting, I don't even start to do cardio until probably month 2 of dieting. I use cardio as a tool when I am in a plateau. So when I'm in lower calories now, I'm still working out, I'm doing everything right, but I just cannot lose the weight. The number on the scale might not be moving, I'm not seeing much changes in my body. That is when I implement cardio. That is when I do not want to take any more calories from my food, and instead I'm going to exert myself through cardio. I'm going to burn those calories, those extra calories that I need to take away through cardio, not take them from my food. And I think a lot of people jump on that treadmill at the very beginning and they're going to plateau so swiftly, and then again, they're going to want to give up. When you stop seeing the results, it's easy to want to give up, but you have to have tools in your tool bag. And when you throw cardio in the very first day, you're eliminating tools from your tool bag. So I always say save cardio until you absolutely need it. Because when you start taking calories away and you eventually hit that point where you cannot eliminate any more calories, but you've already started cardio, man, you're in a pickle. And it's not going to be a fun one to get out of. So I highly suggest start eliminating from the calories until you hit that plateau of where you cannot take any more calories away. You're starting to feel very hungry. You need to increase calories, then do your cardio. So again, don't assume cardio. Use it as a tool, not a solution. Number 7, fad diets are not magic. Oh my gosh, I don't think y'all can quite understand. If you're not in this field, if you're not a professional in this field, and you're trying to take people through weight loss journeys, I don't think you understand how frustrating fad diets are. You have like the water diet, the keto diet, which I'm going to very, very swiftly touch on. Simply, the keto diet was made for people with epilepsy because carbohydrates contain energy, and when people with epilepsy have too much energy going through the brain, it causes a seizure. Doctors noticed this level, that's why they took down the carbohydrates, increased the fat, simply so they would not have too much energy going to their brain, causing another seizure. Carbohydrates are your friend if you are in a state of you're a very healthy, average person. Again, carbohydrates are your friend if you're a healthy, average person. Keto is not magical. Very brief. I hope that explained things very well to you. Side note, like I just said, carbohydrates are energy. You want energy going to your brain if you can take it. If your body can take it, you want the energy. Okay, I digress. Again, there's just so many fad diets out there that claim lose 20 pounds in a week. And as a fitness professional and going through all of this education, oh my gosh, it baffles me, and it hurts my heart that people are out there scamming, people who may not have that level of education of their body. So, hurts my heart. Don't listen to them. Understand that at the end of the day, in very, very simple terms, you must be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. Now, what that means is you are consuming less calories than it takes to maintain your current body physique. Okay, one more time. You're taking in less calories and or burning more calories than it takes to maintain your current physique. That is why I want you to begin tracking your food. That way you can get that maintenance calories and you can subtract from that. It's very important that you know your baseline because you can't go into a caloric deficit without knowing it. So track your food, figure out your calories. Don't go on any fad diets. The cabbage soup diet I know is very, very popular for a long time. Don't worry about it. Eat in a caloric deficit, eat very nutrient dense food, and I'm telling you, it's gonna work. One more thing, speaking of nutrient dense food, I will say, understand full food. So volumize your food. I don't know if that was just a word, but we're gonna make it a word. Volumize your food. That means add greens to it. You know, spinach, I mean, you can grab an entire handful, throw it in a pan, and I mean, it disappears. It just evaporates. You can have so much spinach, and that's going to create fiber in your body, and it's going to fill up your stomach, and you're going to feel full off less calories. Cauliflower rice does a fantastic job of doing that as well, because it helps expand, and you feel more full, and you're not taking in as many calories. So remember that when you're going to go to make a meal, put your vegetables, your carbohydrates, your protein, do all of those things. Your fat, of course, sorry, left that out. But those types of things are going to help fill up your stomach, and you're not going to want to eat as frequently. Number 8, weight training. Now, I know a lot of people might be skeptical about this one, and ladies, I'm going to talk to you for a quick second because we seem to be the ones that are the most skeptical about weight training. I want y'all to understand that you're in a caloric deficit if you are trying to lose weight. Your body does not want to grow like the Incredible Hulk when you're on a caloric deficit diet. That means, in short terms, you're not going to look manly when you start weight training. Okay, again, you are not going to look manly when you start weight training. Okay, you have to lift heavy, you have to lift often, especially for women, years to develop solid muscle that you can truly maintain. Okay, and especially, you know, unless you're in a surplus as well, which means you're eating more calories than your maintenance calories, I promise, ladies, you're not going to look like the Incredible Hulk. You're not going to look like a man. You're not going to, you know, look like a bodybuilder. Weight train, please. I promise. I hate when, you know, people assume that, especially females, because they think it and it gets in their head, and then they stick to that cardio side and they never pick up a weight simply because they're afraid of their bodies changing like that. From my experience, from my science, from my education, I'm telling you, ladies, it doesn't work like that. So back to what I was saying about weight training. Now, weight training, I love using because as you're building that muscle and your body is growing, your resting metabolic rate is going to increase. What that means is even when I am sitting right here, my body's burning calories because my resting metabolic rate is increasing because I lift weights often. That means my body needs more nutrients and more calories to maintain itself, like the muscle and everything, because I weight train. My body's like, okay, you know, I know that we're going to go lift heavier today. You're putting in the calories. I'm going to use them. In simple terms, your body's going to use it, okay? So weight training increases your resting metabolic rate. You want that way you're burning calories basically when you're doing nothing in short term. Number 9, sleep. Yes, you heard that right. Please get accurate sleep. Your body's already stressed out. We put our bodies through so much. People forget that. Like, we put our bodies through a whole lot. Okay, and when you get into that fat burning state, you're in the caloric deficit, you're doing the cardio, you're doing the weight training, your body's under so much stress. And imagine you are one person and you have so much work pulling you apart. You have all these things pulling you in different directions. You need to rest. Your body's stressed. If you get stressed like that, your body gets stressed like that. So please get sleep. Even if it's not the full 8 hours. I understand, things happen, life happens. At least get 5, okay? I've become very adjusted to I mainly only get 5 hours of sleep. But your body has to be fully recovered for it to do what you want it to. You know, if you're going to go into work and you have a very big meeting, you're not going to get 2 hours of sleep the night before because you want to optimize your brain power, you want to talk well, everything that you want to do, you know you need to be well rested to do it. So just like when you're trying to lose weight, you need to be well rested to do it. Number 10, patience. I think this, truthfully, is the number one tip. A lot of people want that quick result, especially nowadays. We have social media. You see all these people who have been they've been training for years and years and years, but you just discover them on Instagram. You think they started working out yesterday. And it becomes in our head that, our journey's not going fast enough and you're going to quit. Like I said, out of everything, you have to remember you cannot quit. You don't give up on yourself. You have to have patience. Everyone is different. Every single body, literally, body is different. It's going to take time. You have to adjust. You have to keep going. I know that it's hard. I know it gets very, very frustrating when you hit a plateau and you're like, I'm trying so hard. I'm doing everything right. Why am I not losing weight? It's a process. And when you fall in love with that process, I promise you this journey is going to be so enjoyable that you won't even realize you're on it. It's going to become a part of you. It's going to become a part of your life. And you're going to fall in love with being healthy, because that's exactly what I did. I started to lose weight and I was like, wow. I love this process. I love learning more about my body. It became a passion. And that's when I decided I'm going to become a personal trainer. So just my simple weight loss journey led to my career. That's how powerful a journey can be for you. You just have to let your body do what it needs to do. You have to grow not only your body, but your mindset. You have to get uncomfortable to grow. Period. One more time. You have to get uncomfortable to grow. And I know it's not fun always being uncomfortable, but in the long run, you're going to thank yourself for it. Now, I do realize that I missed something when I wanted to talk about cut the liquid calories. I want to talk about water really quick. So many people don't drink enough water. Now, I personally, it's very easy for me to do it this way. I physically carry around a gallon jug. I know some people are like, Morgan, that's tacky, or you look like a gym rat, things like that. I need a visual. I know when to drink it. I can see it going down. It works personally for me. You can take the 8 water bottles. I think if you have like the standard size water bottle, get them down like that. If you want to have a hydro flask, do whatever you want. I do recommend a gallon. I know there's plenty of things out there that, there's a calculator and this and that. I recommend a gallon. It's always worked for me. It makes me feel so full after I get that gallon in. It helps you use the restroom more. Okay, that's very important as well. Gut health is important in this weight loss journey. But I'm telling you, at least strive for a gallon. Do your very best to get it down. I will say a tip to get it down is anytime I go to drink, I chug 5 to 10 gulps. So that just personally, it's not very hard for me to chug. If it is for you, then you might want to get a straw, but 5 to 10 every single time. I always get my gallon down that way. So that's just a tip on the water and how to get it down and how much I think that you should at least start out drinking. But yeah, like I said, strive for that gallon. So those are my 10 tips on how to lose weight. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you out in your fitness journey. Even if it's not a weight loss journey, I just hope that these tips can even help you out getting started, no matter your goal. And I hope that the patience thing really got stuck into your head, because trust me, again, I know it's a very long process, but let it turn into a passion. Let yourself actually enjoy the process of it. And I'm telling you, you're going to fall in love with it just like I did. So if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Again, my name is Morgan Johnson. I hope that you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, ring my little bell so you get all my post notifications, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.